can't even pass to each other. JJ Redick furious over Luka Doncic and $12,976,362 guard-led offense after losing in LeBron James' absence. Lakers coach JJ Redick was furious after the team lost its first game since LeBron James' groin injury to the lottery-bound Brooklyn Nets. Despite having Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves in the lineup, the Lakers couldn't hold on to a 15-point first-quarter lead, ultimately falling 111-108. Doncic recorded a triple-double with 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists, but he shot just 30.8% from the field. Meanwhile, Reeves had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists but struggled even more, making only 21.4% of his shots. The Lakers repeatedly hunted for fouls and relied on tough shot-making from role players to stay in the game. Although they connected on 19 three-pointers, it wasn't enough. Their overall effort and execution were nowhere near the level of their recent 9-game stretch. Redick didn't hold back, calling out the Doncic and Reeves-led offense for its miscues. Redick slams Lakers' lack of intensity and poor execution. Redick pointed out how the Nets outworked the Lakers with offensive rebounds and second-chance points while LA's players ball-watched and failed to match Brooklyn's intensity. He also criticized the team's struggles in initiating their offense. With Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves as the primary ball handlers, there were multiple instances where they held onto the ball too long instead of moving it quickly after crossing half-court. This allowed the Nets' defenders to easily hound and double-team them, leading to turnovers and an underwhelming offensive performance. Luka Doncic takes ownership for lack of communication after JJ Redick's comments. It didn't take long for Luka Doncic to recognize that JJ Redick's comments were directed at him regarding the Lakers' poor offensive execution. The Lakers' superstar immediately took accountability when reporters questioned him about Redick's frustration. The 5-time All-NBA star has traditionally been one of the best players at breaking down defensive coverages, particularly against blitzes. However, against Brooklyn, Doncic frequently found himself trapped in the half-court with no outlet passes. As the team's floor general in LeBron James' absence, it was primarily his responsibility to communicate with teammates and correct positioning and spacing issues throughout the night.
What's the kind of the right way to handle the blitz, and what were the things that weren't happening, if you agree that was something that was an issue tonight?
Just throw the ball to the guy, and you play 4-on-3.
Do you know why that wasn't happening as much?
I think it was a very low-level communication game for our team. Yeah.
You knew you were going to be shorthanded, but what's the kind of frustration level at the guys that you had out there not playing better?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think being shorthanded is an excuse for how we played basketball tonight.
JJ, you guys shot 2 free throws in the first half. A lot of griping from your players. Do you think that took them out of any sort of rhythm?
No, I think it was just an overall mentality just to take shortcuts tonight. We just wanted to take shortcuts. Too many. Yeah, they scored 20 points on us gambling. They had 16 offensive rebounds. We ball watched all night. We said no dare shots. I would go through it. They probably made 6, 7 uncontested threes. Just shortcuts. You want to be a good team, you want to win in the NBA, you got to do the hard stuff. We couldn't even pass to each other. We couldn't enter our offense running ball screens literally at half court. Yeah, that's going to end up in a turnover. I don't know what we're doing.
You guys haven't had many nights like this season. Does that make it worse when it comes and it hits you? Obviously, you're upset.
No, we just got to be better, and we'll use practice to clean things up and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Luka has 4 texts in a dozen games with you guys. What's the level of playing with passion versus detracting from both his play and the team's play by crossing that line?
I think he's been fine. Believe me, I've seen Luka get on the officials worse. I think he's been fine. It's just frustration. Obviously tonight, frustration, feeling like he got fouled some, and then frustration with, frankly, how he played. So it's part of it.
On a more positive note, I guess within playing on 4-on-3 and some possessions, Gabe had 24, Dalton had 19, Jordan had 17, a career high 5 threes. Like, what did you see, I guess, when you guys were able to execute offensively and attack things in terms of generating?
Yeah, I thought we made some good pocket decisions. I thought when we were able to get them in the blender, we generated good offense. I actually thought there was some good to greats that we missed throughout the game. I think those guys played well. They were obviously putting a lot of defensive attention onto Luka and Austin, and neither of those guys shot the ball well, but they got 22 assists between them.
What are your thoughts on the next two games, the Milwaukee Bucks and then Denver Nuggets, who Nikola Jokic, he knows Luka pretty well?
Obviously, got to play the first game first, and also got to practice first. So that's where my thought goes.
Luka finished with 22 points, but he needed 26 shots to get there. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Luka, I know you've been handling the blitz for many years. A lot of teams have done that. New teammates, new starting lineup today. But what are just the key, simple principles for how to play out of that when a team is being that aggressive on you?
Yeah, just should made better decisions on that one. I think we started the game doing really good job, good decisions, and then just went kind of out of it.
Luka, you guys as a team shot only 2 free throws in the first half. It seemed like everybody on the court was pretty frustrated. Do you feel like that kind of dispirited you guys as a group? Did it take you out of what you wanted to do as a team? And just in terms of kind of the overall sort of offensive spirit.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a lot. I think it wasn't fair. But we just gotta play the game. I gotta keep playing the game, but it was a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Luka, obviously you guys are undermanned beyond just missing LeBron, Dorian and Rui and Jackson. When you got the contribution from guys like Gabe and Jordan and Dalton, does it feel like a missed opportunity at all? The fact that you weren't able to get it done when the role players did step up?
Definitely. I think I should have helped more, but they'll play great. And we got to have the same mentality going forward. Injury is going to happen, and just got to be next man up mentality.
When we spoke with JJ, he mentioned that today was a low-level communication game. He mentioned you guys played like a team looking for shortcuts. How much of that did stem from the frustration with officials or frustration with certain calls not going your guys' way?
I mean, yeah. I think, like I said, we started the game good, defending. I think they had 16 points in the first quarter. But then we just kind of let go of the rope. We got comfortable, and we should have not done that.
Luka, JJ said you guys are going to be practicing, and you guys obviously haven't had a lot of practice time. What is the biggest benefit, even with the group being relatively banged up and shorthanded right now, in terms of just getting on the practice court? What do you feel like you guys could fine-tune on either side of the ball?
I don't know. That's a question for JJ, but I think just having 2 days between the games is going to help us a lot. A little more rest, but just go through plays, get our defense set, and just correct the mistakes.
Can I ask in native language? Luka, izvanredna dvoigra, 22 poena, 12 skokova, 12 asistencija, triple-double, ali nažalost nije uspjelo večeras. Koji su utisci u utakmici? Evo za naše gledalce, šta kažeš o prelasku u Lakers, ovako je sad već posle skoro mjesec dana?
Što sve u redu. Šteta što nismo dobili utakmicu danas, ali srećan sam da sam ovdje.
Igrate sad Nikola Jokićem protiv Nikola Jokića u petak, je li to uvijek ovako nešto posebno, dobro se znate?
Da, uvijek je posebno.
Luka, navijači so v Sloveniji zelo pozorno spremljali vašo zgodbo. Lahko zdaj po nekaj tednih poveste, kako se počutite v novem klubu in v novem mestu?
V redu, vsak dan boljš. Treba se še bolj navaditi, ampak vsak dan boljš gre.
Luka, vem, da je to še daleč, ampak Nemci se že pripravljajo na pripravljalno tekmo reprezentance proti vam. Boste igrali za slovensko reprezentanco? Boste to promoči?
Bomo videli.
Luka, when teams are going to throw two at you and throw two at Austin repeatedly, I would assume there'll be more of that coming in the stretch with LeBron out. Is there an element of continuity, though, and chemistry with other guys in terms of just being familiar with where they should be when the help comes? And I guess where are you at with comfortability in terms of knowing that part of it yet?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. You can see in the other games. Today wasn't a good example of me, but you can see in the other games, when they blitz, we're in great spots, and that's what like when JJ said about communication today, that wasn't on point, and that's my fault, and we should have done better by that.
Awesome, Brian. Just how do you feel physically? One, you were obviously sore from Saturday, and when you say not fair, is that just the number of calls, or is that sort of things they were getting away with that maybe even if they, were being called, you didn't like that kind of thing?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I think everybody saw the game, so they know what happened.
Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.